Carrie will compete along with the rest of Team USA starting Sunday, as she looks to stick the landing on her second gold medal. Tomorrow, Team USA will be here floating down the River Seine for the first opening ceremony on water. 3-on-3 basketball consists of several differences from its 5-on-5 form, such as half court instead of full court, 1s and 2s as opposed to 2s and 3s, and a 12-second versus 24-second shot clock. The 110-year-old church sits on top of the hill Montmartre, making it the second highest point in Paris, only below the Eiffel Tower. The freshman Burns' stellar opening night outing roots from something he describes as mental imagery, where he says he faces every hitter in the opposing lineup in his head prior to taking the mound. It is this intense preparation that has separated Burns from his peers. Hello all from Allen Fieldhouse, a place that may be quiet now, but in just a couple of hours will turn into a rock chalk ruckus. Bobby Hurley played a critical role in helping Mike Krzyzewski establish his winning empire here at Duke. It is the qualities Hurley showcased in his days as a Blue Devil that have helped him as the head coach of the Sun Devils. This year's Final Four is a full circle moment for former ASU guard DJ Horne, as he makes his return to the Valley of the Sun, representing his hometown NC State Wolfpack. Well, there's a lot of differences when it comes to ASU and ISU. One campus resides in the chilly plains of Ames and the other in the sunshine of Tempe. We are less than 24 hours away from the Peach Bowl taking place here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium as Arizona State takes on Texas in the CFP quarterfinals. Now every time fans drive to a Mercury game, they'll head down Diana Taurasi Way and remember the greatness that was and that is DT. Reporting in Phoenix, Blake Niemann, Fox 10 Sports. Minutes before showtime at the Arizona State Fair,
you have to make sure that your steers are being fed and watered every hour.
Bronson and Faith Campa are frantically getting their animals ready to enter the ring.
You blow them out with the blow dryer, you take them to the wash rack, you wash them, then you blow them out again. Then you fit them where you pull up their hair and you make them look all fluffy.
In the show ring, the two siblings aged 10 and 15 command these near 1,000-pound beasts to give the judges a good look. And the judges often like what they see, with the brother and sister having won over 100 4-H competitions, including Best in Show in the steer and turkey categories at this year's State Fair.
You get to raise them for about a year, and it's been really, really fun.
But this labor of ag love stretches beyond the crowded stalls of the State Fair to a farm rooted in generations of work. The Campas have an agricultural footprint in Kingman, Arizona, dating back nearly a century.
I'm a fifth-generation rancher here in Mojave County, so I've been raised in the agricultural livestock industry my entire life.
My grandfather always said that this is the best place in the world.
The brother and sister continue the family work with the tangible benefits.
It's important that we continue to produce good quality food,
often leading to the intangible.
Responsibility, attention to detail, honor, integrity. There's a lot of life lessons that it teaches.
We're working cattle 24/7 together, so we work pretty good together most of the time. We have our moments, but most of the time they're pretty good.
And pretty good is actually great for family dynamics.
We get to do it as a team. We're a team, and we do whatever it takes to get it done.
Can you feed her hay?
When Faith is feeding the animals, Bronson steps up to help clean, well, the meal before. And while Bronson's busy drying off one calf, sister and mom are already washing the next one.
My whole family's in it, and we all do it together.
Once all the preparation for a show is done, the campus corral all the livestock into a trailer, lock it up, and hit the road.
There's times we come through the valley, Phoenix, and it's 120 plus degrees.
Sometimes they get a little rowdy because the back seat's only so big for the both of us, so.
But when the siblings receive that Best in Show ribbon, it makes them appreciate the journey it took to get here.
It definitely pays off, all the hard work and everything.
That's important, that these kids have good memories and they can look back and say, I had a really good childhood and I'm successful because of it.
I think every parent will say the toughest struggle and stress is being a parent, but at the end of the day, when we're in the barn, it's most rewarding.
And the Campas will continue to reap life's rewards in the barn and beyond. In Kingman and Phoenix, Blake Niemann, Cronkite News. Alston Mason knows how to show up in style.
I don't really think about the shit. Whatever I feel like wearing, I wear.
The Sun Devils senior guard is a full-time hooper and part-time model.
Like, it takes me away from basketball a little bit. You know, it allows me to just, like, enter a new world, I like to say.
And whether he's putting up a fadeaway,
Alston Mason for the Sun Devils,
or walking down a runway, he can pull it off. Growing up in nearby Gilbert, Alston became surrounded by his fashionable family members.
You know, growing up, we always, like, had our own unique style, and thanks to her, we just always kind of been into clothes and fashion and, you know, just doing something nice and looking good all the time.
His mom Anita modeled for 8 years, while his brother Alton is currently one of the most sought-after male models on the planet, having been featured in campaigns for several high-fashion brands, including Versace, Gucci, Dolce & Gabbana, Balenciaga, and even became the first black male to ever walk for Chanel.
We put him in every single thing, from karate to pageants to basketball, all the sports, all around.
Me and my brother, you know, we just kind of bounce off each other in our own little ways, and, you know, it's fun just trying new things.
While he took after his mother and brother when figuring out his outfits, Alston modeled his game on the court after his father Alton Sr., who also played point guard at Arizona State from 1998 to 2001.
I feel like he just taught me a lot about the game itself. And I feel like I was always a student. I always wanted to learn more about what was going on, and he could kind of give me that insight.
Mason has managed to be a consistent presence for a struggling ASU squad, posting a season-high 33 points on Tuesday in the Duel in the Desert down in Tucson.
Mason, the pull-up three, at the horn!
On Saturday, he'll strut his Sun Devil jersey down the Desert Financial Arena floor one final time.
To be able to play again for ASU,
Yeah.
put that jersey on. Yeah, man, I enjoy every moment of the season.
In Gilbert, Blake Niemann, Fox 10 Sports. Tyler Stanford is known for delivering shots on the football field. The Desert Mountain High School senior linebacker who doubles as a punter has also taken his fair share of shots as a type 1 diabetic.
That's my CGM.
Stanford was diagnosed with the disease when he was just 5 years old.
The day I got home from the hospital was Halloween, which is a nightmare because I just got diagnosed with diabetes and I'm trying to eat all of this candy and whatnot. That was a wild ride for my mother.
And so after those few moments of melting, I remember looking at my husband and going, he cannot be different.
And in that moment, Stanford decided to look forward and follow his family's footsteps on the football field.
Football was just kind of a natural growing up in Texas. Football's a very big deal there, and a lot of opportunities for him. So not only at a youngest age, as he was a kindergartner, he started in flag, but then in first grade, he moved on to tackle.
But playing a physical sport like football, especially as a starting linebacker, can be complicated. While Stanford's job is tackling his opponents on the field, he's also tackling his blood sugar levels.
My blood sugar and me playing football don't get along all the time, but it's just something I have to push through, and I love the sport of football, and I don't want diabetes to get in the way.
So Stanford preps for the roller coaster of his disease like he does for football.
I always have insulin on me at all times.
When his blood sugar levels are too high,
This will connect to the site, and it pumps insulin from my insulin pump into my body.
or too low.
Protein bars, juice boxes, energy chews, Powerade, all of those things are useful to me to get my blood sugar back up.
On game day, Tyler keeps his bag of diabetic materials nearby on the sidelines to help moderate his blood sugar levels while playing on the field.
He does keep his meter on during his games. He takes his pump off, but I can sometimes see his numbers.
He's steady right now.
So I do my best to try to sort of keep an eye on it. And then before halftime, sometimes I'll even come down to the end and I'll holler out at him, Tyler, and I'll like give him a sign, go give yourself, you know, a shot or whatever. Or I'll text him because he'll check his phone too.
Tyler may have to deal with more elements than most under the Friday night lights, but he's not alone. Current Baltimore Ravens tight end and Desert Mountain legend Mark Andrews also deals with type 1 diabetes, serving as an ambassador for young diabetic athletes like Tyler.
He definitely has served as an inspiration for me and for a lot of other diabetics.
Tyler's kind of the same mold, you know. He may not be as big of a superstar on the football field as Mark, but in the classroom and as a person, I just think, you know, he's outstanding.
And now Tyler is helping to inspire others like those who inspired him.
Diabetes doesn't always have to limit you, and if you work hard, type 1 diabetes is something that can be overcome and actually in many ways can make you stronger.
Good punt, Tyler! Every day, Tyler's life is filled with ups and downs, but he isn't letting this disease define him as a person and player. In Scottsdale, Blake Niemann, Cronkite News.
Well, here is Gage Workman.
It's a day he's been dreaming of since day one.
His first career Major League at bat.
Can't really write it up any better than that.
Valley native and ASU alum Gage Workman made his MLB debut on Saturday in the Cubs win over the D-backs. A full circle moment for him and his family.
To have him make his debut in Arizona with all his family and friends and to fill the stands with his people, it's storybook.
A storybook that started in Queen Creek, where Gage spent his childhood.
From as young as I can remember, Gage carried around the ball, bat. We started playing ball really young.
An early knack for the game influenced by his father, Whit Workman, who spent 1 year as a Sun Devil before going on to play 4 seasons in the minor leagues.
He was always there, always helping me, getting me to games, and being my coach along the way.
Gage and I hit darn near every night. We were lucky to have a cage in our backyard, and that's where we spent our time.
The Workman's work in the cage helped thrust Gage into the spotlight at Basha High, where he gained the attention of Arizona State.
I grew up going to ASU games, so that's just kind of where I always wanted to go, and then once I got the opportunity, it was like a no-brainer.
A no-brainer because ASU is all the Workmans have known.
My great-grandmother went to Tempe Normal. She was a Bulldog, right? So it's been in my family for as long as I can remember.
With maroon and gold blood pumping through his veins, Gage grew into one of the best hitters in the Pac-12 and got taken in the 4th round by the Tigers in 2020. After spending 4 seasons in Detroit's farm system, Gage became eligible for the Rule of 5 draft this past December, where Chicago took a chance on him. Workman didn't waste his opportunity, showing out this spring to get the call-up to the Cubs' opening day roster.
That was unbelievable. That was just like the moment that you're just like, wow, like I'm actually part of this team. Like it's go time now.
That's right at Workman. A Valley native makes a nice backhand play.
Now that his time has finally come, Gage becomes the 118th Sun Devil to play in the show, cementing himself in rare company in the place and with the people he proudly represents.
You walk up to the stadium and you see the big plaque, how many Sun Devils have made it to the big leagues, how many Sun Devils have been drafted. Like I could say I've been on that board, but now he's on the other board. He's on the bigger board, right? He's one of the Sun Devils to play in the big leagues. And it makes me proud.
A lot of gratitude in that moment just for all the people who have helped me get to this point, and then just God putting that opportunity in my life, just really special.
In Phoenix, Blake Niemann, Fox 10 Sports.